What up, what up, what up, what up, world? You already know what time it is. It's your boy, Matt Miz, the host for the most. Never need to brag no boast. All we ever did was give a toast to the real folks. We done paved the way in the real way. Those players to play. Parlay this good game for y'all today. I got my right hand with me, as usual. We are in the building. What's happening, player?
Here, salute, salute. You already know I'm here, man. Can't complain.
Keep it real in the field, son. Don't feel none. What you saying?
He said you got the Eagles on deck.
Eagles on deck all day.
Yeah.
Fly, Eagles, fly. I know they hate us, but they can't be.
No, I can't lie.
It's a dynasty.
How long
About to,
you been an Eagles fan for the longest? How long you been an Eagles fan for?
for a long time, man. I think all the way back to Brian Westbrook days, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Way back. All the way back to I would say Mike Vick, even before that, you know? Randall
Right.
Cunningham. A lot of great football players that came out of Philly, you know?
Fair enough.
Now, what I want to talk to y'all today about is ASAP Rocky getting not guilty over the shooting with ASAP Relli, you know? His
Mhm.
boy. I feel like everybody seen that it was a money making scheme from the jump, you know?
Yeah.
And I think he knew that if he at least made it a little bit believable that he might win. But
Say that again?
he thought that if he made it at least a little bit believable that he might win a civil case, you know, and get like 10 million out of it. That never occurred, you know.
Right.
I don't understand why this guy is such a bitch ass nigga. Because the only reason why he did that, he feel like because they talk Rockies with Rihanna that she should be paying, you know?
ASAP Rocky got his own bread.
No, but
He got his.
this
But
rug dude
yeah,
is looking at it like, yo, this guy's girl caked up and all that, yo. What's 30 million to them? Huh?
yeah.
You know, I'm gonna try to
His
get a bag.
out of court settlement. Man
Rihanna,
wanted to
even
hush
Rihanna
money.
wanted to go for that shit. Rihanna
He
would
want
spend 100 million to not give you the 10 million you want.
right.
You
But
know what I mean?
yeah, nah, that's what you said though. Like, people pretty much caught on that it was just a little money scheme for what's his name? ASAP Relli or
Right.
ASAP Telly. ASAP Telly. They all knew. They all figured it was a scheme. So they did the right thing and you know made sure that justice was served. But yeah, definitely, man. Can't. It's real sad though, because he's supposed to be one of the team members, and the man try to do a scheme to come up on your man's. Like that's some sideways shit right there.
You know? Well,
Man has the ASAP name. Why don't you just use the ASAP name and create something for yourself, man? You know what I'm saying? That name is credible, so you might as well use it and create a lane for yourself. Stop being lazy, man.
well, you know what it is, right? He thought that just being the bodyguard, so to speak, that he can do whatever he wants. You know, he probably try to pressure upon Rihanna or some shit. You know what I'm saying? You think?
He thought he was gonna get away with it.
I think so, man. Then it all backfired. Now he wants money. Nah, brother. It don't work like. Excuse me. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. So now everybody's gonna see. I'm a rap bastard he is.
Man thought he was gonna come up off of a slip and fall scheme, like.
That was supposed to be his homeboy too, like, you know. He's an ASAP guy. He's an ASAP, you know. Not like he was just the bodyguard, you know.
No,
Shit.
That's what I'm saying. The man has the ASAP name. He could have easily come up with something.
You know? Hater vibes.
Support for the announcement of jury's decision in ASAP Rocky's 2 felony counts of assault with a semi-automatic. Just gonna check in, leave up the mics, and see what we hear in downtown LA.
What we do, folks, is Deputy Bennett is going to give the verdict forms to juror number 1. Juror number 1, I want you to look at the verdict forms, and I'm going to want to know whether these verdict forms reflect your verdict. I'd like you to look over her shoulder so you can review the verdict forms. And I want to know from you whether these are your true and correct verdicts. Once I've heard from both of you, give the verdict forms to juror number 3. Juror 3, look at the verdict forms. Juror 4, look over her shoulder. So ultimately, I'm going to want to hear from all 12 of you whether these verdict forms reflect your individual true and correct verdicts. Everybody understand? All right. You're going to put these two in the morning. Juror number 1, are those your true and correct verdicts? Juror number 2?
Yes.
Juror 3 and 4?
Yes.
Juror 5 and 6? Juror 5, are those your true and correct verdicts? Yes. Juror 6? All right, let's get the verdict forms to juror 7. Juror 8, look over your shoulder. Juror number 7, those are your true and correct verdicts? Juror 7?
Yes.
Juror 8?
Yes.
9 and 10? Juror 10? Yes. 11 and 12. Juror 11? Yes. Juror 12? Yes. All right, all jurors have stated that the verdict forms reflect their individual, true, and correct verdict. Alex, read please. Yes, Your Honor.
The Los Angeles Superior Court, County of Los Angeles. People of the State of California versus Joaquin Mayers, case number BA 508142-01. We, the jury in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of
Not get the audience.
Hold down. Verdict has to be read on.
Repeat again. We, the jury, the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of semi-automatic firearm in violation of Penal Code Section 245, Section B. A felonies, charging count one of the information this 18th day of February 2025, jury seat number 9, 4 person.
All right.
Title for the cause. We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Joaquin Mayers, not guilty of the crime of firearm in violation of Penal Code Section 245, Section B. A felony charging count two of the information this 18th day of February 2025, juror seat number 9, 4 person.
During this trial, I watched you periodically. You did what we asked of you at the very beginning, which is to give both sides a fair trial, pay attention, use your common sense, apply the law, and base your verdict on the evidence. I know you took extensive notes, and you took this as seriously as any jury could. We cannot have jury trials without folks like you. So you certainly have my gratitude. I want to extend to you my best wishes. Again, thank you. The admonition to not discuss the case no longer applies. You can talk about the case with anybody you want to, or nobody if you don't want to. Alex has your certificates of completion. You can take your juror badges with you. Thank you again. You are excused.
Everybody remain seated in the public. We're gonna let the first walk out first.
All right, you just have heard from the jury there that they found ASAP Rocky not guilty of 2 felony counts of assault from a 2001 shooting. And I guess breaking news reached in the assault trial involving ASAP Rocky, not guilty. And of course, if you were just tuned in a minute ago, you heard the eruption of cheers in the courtroom. Good evening. You're watching the KTLA 5 News at 5. I'm Cher Calvin.
And I'm Micah Ullman. Thank you for joining us again. This involving an argument he had with a former friend in Hollywood in 2021. That friend claimed that a gun was used and that shots were fired in his direction, and that in fact he was injured on his hand. ASAP Rocky's defense team all along has maintained it was a prop gun that was used. And keep in mind, ASAP Rocky rejected a plea deal pre-trial that would have netted him 180 days in jail, instead deciding to let this go to trial and facing, if found guilty on those 2 felony counts, up to 24 years in prison. So it was a big risk on the part of ASAP Rocky and his defense team, and a risk that has paid off. Rachel Menitoff is live in downtown LA. Rachel.
Yes, Micah, Cher, we heard cheers inside the courtroom as the verdict was announced. And as you mentioned, ASAP Rocky found not guilty of 2 counts of felony assault with a semi-automatic handgun. He was accused of shooting at a former friend turned enemy. He had been accused of shooting at Terrell Efron, also known as ASAP Relli, during an argument in Hollywood back in 2021. And during the closing arguments, the jury heard conflicting stories about what happened on the night of November 6th, 2021. The prosecution alleged Rocky used a 9mm semi-automatic handgun to shoot at Relli twice, with one bullet grazing his knuckles. Rocky's defense, on the other hand, maintained the Grammy-nominated star was in possession of a harmless prop gun which shot blanks, and this does not constitute a crime. Witnesses, including Rocky's tour manager, backed this claim. Neither side, though, was able to produce the actual gun used during trial. And with surveillance footage that was too grainy to be definitive, jurors were left to weigh this conflicting testimony. Now, back out here live, we are hoping and expecting now to hear from ASAP Rocky's defense attorney. We heard cheers inside the courtroom when this verdict was read. We know that Rocky is in the courtroom. We saw his longtime partner, Rihanna, also walk into the courtroom. And so now there's a large group of local and national media outlets waiting to hear from both the defense and the prosecution following this verdict.
The ASAP Rocky felony trial, the verdict has been reached by the jury. And we wait for the jury for judge.
I have some good lawyers. Nah, some
Best
good lawyers, man.
Right.
But at the same time,
It was
the media frenzy, you know? High profile case. They probably got paid handsomely too.
yeah, for sure.
But they did their job. They got ASAP out.
No,
Now the
for
dude might
sure.
go to Relli dude might go to jail for perjury or some shit like that.
Right.
I don't understand. Now this lawyer that defended ASAP, he's gonna be all over the place.
You saying the man's gonna get beer notoriety for that?
Yeah, for sure.
His fee is about to go up.
Shout out to Rihanna.
Nah, this is what it is, man. Gotta have more happy endings like this. Too many of
That's
the
what
rappers
Rihanna had to say.
taking L's.
The glory belongs to God and God alone. Thankful, humbled by his mercy. Riri.
But God gave him a second chance. He spent a lot of money. If it was a and life and all of that shit, man. He gotta be grateful. And y'all gotta learn from this shit, man. Remember, drop a like and subscribe. It is OB Media giving y'all a quick update, man. Y'all gotta stay in the light, man. Avoid all these confrontation, altercation. No.
Yep. So it's another situation. But ASAP gonna now they were saying he should get 24 years. I'm like, 24 years for what?
Yeah, that don't even make sense.
Boy, Leaf.
Sound crazy.
The Leaf Diggy. You know? But yeah, it's just a little high profile celebrity case. You know? Maybe because she's a celebrity, it had a little bit of the reason why he won, but hey, man, comes with the territory, right? You know? Well, let me show y'all Kanye, man. As Kanye went in on Leora Cohen. And rightfully so, because you know what? There's a double standard in the media. I don't know, it's like, oh, we don't want Kanye to mess things up, but Kanye's Kanye, you know? And he gonna say how he feels. Did you see what Kanye said about Leora Cohen?
Nah, I didn't get a chance to see that.
Well, the name is really Liar Cohen, but I'll go with Leor. Just the humor people. So this is what Kanye said the other day. Because Leor was talking to him about his anti-Semitic remarks in his clothing, right? Well, blue and then light. Yeah, in light of everything that's going on in the presidency and Elon Musk doing the hand gesture that he did. Kanye took it upon himself to join into the fray. and said a few remarks that were controversial, but yet makes you think, you know.
Right.
Pride Automobile Theme Park. Control driving courses. Greatest auto show experience. For more information, visit dreamcarjoyride.com. See you there.
Shout out to Uncensored. These brothers on point with their commentary. From what I see, you know, that's why I mess with them. So, shout out to Hip Hop Uncensored podcast. All right, let's get it.
I want to talk about this real quick because he's calling out Leo Cohen. Supposedly this came out today. Okay, he's calling him out, Black David. But you and your whole industry have promoted and got paid off songs where Black people glorified killing each other. But my T-shirt is the worst thing ever. So he's calling him out. We talked about this a little bit for a blatant double standard, you know, and you know Kanye's pulling out from him again. It's almost like what happened a couple of years ago, but it's just not, you know, as dynamic because remember Adidas and Yeezy, that was like Michael Jordan leaving Nike when that happened. He don't really got no ties like that. Dior said something about him, wrote a letter to him, and this was his response, you know, to Leo Cohen. How do we break this Kanye West thing down? And is it time to withdraw from Kanye West, or do you understand this message?
It's not time to withdraw from him. Because he's done. I mean, he's laid everything out on the table before. Nothing of what he's doing is surprising. He laid it out on the table before. So if you was going to not mess with him, you should have been did it. You know what I'm saying? Now, do you have to agree with everything and the way he goes about it? No, you don't. I wouldn't sell a swastika shirt on a website and things like that. I wouldn't push those type of buttons, but I'm not Kanye, right? And the fact that when you start looking at the meaning of the swastika and the real meanings behind it, there are certain meanings that people look at that are different. And I know that the sign now is a sign for hate, a sign for racism, a sign for the ultimate hatred nowadays. But when you look at its history, it wasn't always the case. And maybe Kanye's kind of reflecting and referencing those days. Maybe Kanye's referencing, okay, Jewish people, you Jewish slave masters in the entertainment industry, you want to kill my people? How about I put a sign on the killing your people and see how you react? Oh, now we have a double standard. Maybe Kanye, in his crazy ass kind of way, is playing cerebral warfare with people and really trying to have discussions happen. Because what I will say is no matter how crazy he fucking sounds, and damn it, he sounds crazy a lot, always discussions come from it. Always. So, I mean, I don't know what his master plan is. I don't talk to the brother. We don't talk to him. But when I kind of decipher through what's going on these last couple of years, I think he's poking the bears in the entertainment industry. He wants these kind of conversations. He wants to hear them say, oh, this is hatred. This is this. Oh, worse. So then he can reflect back to the years of content that they put out promoting killing Black people and see where it goes.
Yeah. And in a way, he, like you said, I think you hit it on the nail when you said that conversations now are being had about this. I don't see nobody else having it but us. Is there any truth to it? And the truth is yes. We talked about this the last time. Is that's not the way we would do it, you know, but these record companies that a lot of them happen to be Jewish are taking these young men and women out of the ghettos of North America, UK, Canada, and funding them. And not only funding them, but funding a message of death, destruction, and genocide on Black people. That's just what it is. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And if you can't admit that, like Jay-Z said, your whole perspective is whack. Mm. So he's calling out the blatant double standard. The only difference, in my opinion, is that they got a power structure behind them, and we don't. That's the only difference. So when he says something and shows the double standard, he's going to lose this. Spotify is going to drop his website. You know, this person's going to pull out. This sponsor's going to pull out. People are going to demand apology. They're going to form Voltron on this guy and make him accountable. Us, it ain't nothing in place. Right. We just going to go on Twitter, talk, podcasts and stuff about it and going about our merry way. But the way he's doing it, I can't necessarily say I agree or disagree, honestly, because what other way could you do it? People talking is not getting the message. So I'm gonna go on my website. I'm gonna sell a symbol of hate, even though a lot of people say, "Oh, this was this before." I get it. I understand. Just like the N-word. Oh, it means God and King. But people was whipping you in the back and killing you and ripping babies out of your stomach and calling you that word.
Yep.
So it's like, damn, you know what I mean? Like in a sick way, it's like, whoa, look, it's wild, man. It's really wild, and we'll just see what happens with it.
Yeah, what I'll say is, and I think it's a message even between looking at the words and reading them yourself on the tweet. But I would love to see, because I think a lot of people misinterpret the context. And maybe he does that on purpose too. He knows people are going to misinterpret his context, because when I hear him on video and I listen to him actually speak, it's so much easier to break down. You go, oh, okay, this is where he's coming from. And it doesn't sound as erratic as it does when you're seeing these caps on these fucking tweets going off.
Yeah.
But like I said, Kanye is a different kind of dude, a different kind of thinker. So maybe, and even in that, he knows what he's doing. So I don't know, but I ain't gonna throw him to the wayside. I've always thought a way about Kanye West. I always am, and nothing he's gonna do is gonna change that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I get it, because it's two extremes. What happened to Jewish people and what happened to black people. A lot of similarities.
Yeah.
But it's just like, if you guys are going to promote this message and fund our destruction, you expect us to be quiet about it? Don't do nothing. Don't say nothing about it. Don't point out, any double standards or inconsistencies like that. In his way is like, damn. That's like, damn. Like, this is what you want? Okay.
And it's a lot of red flags, though, when you speak about them understanding of the Holocaust and what we went through with slavery having its similarities. You would think that they would understand the plight of the black person just a little more, and their actions after that kind of make you go, damn, okay, you understand what we went through. Well, maybe you aren't as good or as a victim as you claim to be, because if you can have a group of people that went through the same atrocities you have, but in the same breath demonize those people for having questions about what you went through, but at the same time sell and destruct what we went through and promote it. Yo, what kind of mental bullshit y'all got going on for real?
Yeah.
Maybe y'all, it's something up with y'all. It gotta be.
Yeah.
How can we understand y'all, but y'all don't understand us? How can we go look at shoes and old shoes of Jewish kids that were killed in the Holocaust, but y'all won't even scratch a breath at us having complaints about what y'all doing in these industries, exploiting and killing us? It's crazy.
Yeah, it really is. And I remember in school, we had to watch Anne Frank, Auschwitz, every damn day. We watching a documentary about the Holocaust. Like, I know you remember that. Your school they was doing that. You know what I mean? I was like, Dad, it was bad, and I really felt for him. I felt like I was in the shit. We watched it so much. I think I know Anne Frank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Remember that story? They had us do the Anne Frank story.
You know what's crazy? How we remember that? If they took us down, we seen some of them, and then white teachers too. We wouldn't dare scratch the fucking surface going on there, but we did on Holocaust music.
That's a fact.
What does that tell you right there? There's a double standard. What? Gotta be something that like, no matter what, two wrongs don't make a right.
But it is a good conversation to have, like, as far as what is the purpose behind it, like they were saying, to bring up the conversation of, and also I look at it like how we use the N-word for endearment. Is he trying to use this swastika as a, like, use it now, we own the word, like it belongs to us, you know what I'm saying? They can't use it to hurt us anymore because we turned it into something different. Is that the angle that he's trying to go with on the whole Russell cutting project? Is he trying to turn it into something, like, I don't know how that would work. I guess it's kind of the same thing, but like not really at the same time. There's a little more trauma behind it, I guess, that side. But it's interesting. It's interesting to like just kind of try and figure out where the sensibility in that whole move was. I feel like it's like, yeah, they use this sign to symbolize whatever, but now I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna turn it into my own symbolization. Like I guess trying to show the power that of
symbolism or
of the influence that we have as a people. We could turn something so dramatic into something
dramatic.
I don't know. This is just a conversation to have with Kanye and try and figure out like what where he was trying to go with it, or what he thought he was trying to do with it. Interesting stuff. It's a matter of doing some research to figure out what the original meaning behind that sign, the swastika, was. But yeah. Kanye's he's definitely pushing the boundaries, and pushing the line. He's a line pusher. Kanye said, "I'm pushing these lines, man. You know what? Before we didn't have that option to push lines. Now we do. So I'm pushing every line possible. Nobody's gonna tell me nothing."
You know what? It gets him far because he's always in the tabloids. He's always in the mix.
Yeah.
Not only could they use his celebrities because he's controversial, but they use that against him, He's crazy and all that and all this shit.
Right.
Is he really crazy? Or is just y'all just don't want to understand where he's coming from? And if you don't, then you don't. A lot of people don't, but come on, bro.
Yeah. The man's pushing the line. And just him being in that position.
Man stood up for what he believed in and lost 7 billion or something like that.
Right.
Then a war broke out by the same people that he was talking about.
Right.
Then
they took the bread that he was using and put it towards to fund the war. That's crazy.
So it's like, Where's the balance? Where's the silver lining? You know.
Leo Cohen for weighing in on his anti-Semitism. Kanye West went off on Leo Cohen in a fiery post on Instagram after the music executive reached out to him about his anti-Semitism in an open letter. Sharing a screenshot of the letter in a since-deleted post, West implied he's hypocritical for profiting off of Black death through the promotion of violence in hip-hop. In turn, he demanded an apology of his own. Lior, let me call you by your incorrect name also. You and your whole industry have promoted and got paid off songs where Black people glorify killing each other. But my t-shirt is the worst thing ever, West wrote. After bringing up an encounter with Tory Burch, he continued, you start by apologizing and taking accountability for the massive promotion of Black death that you've got paid off of for years. Also, you two broke to speak to me in the first place, and you know what Irv said to you before he passed, and since he's not here, I'll say it. Last week, Kanye began going off on X, labeling himself a Nazi and praising Adolf Hitler. Eventually, he deactivated his account, but during the Super Bowl, he paid for a commercial to promote his Yeezy merchandise website. Shortly afterward, he stripped the store of everything but a t-shirt featuring a swastika. As for Cohen's letter, he wrote that he feels disappointed and troubled by West's recent antics. Your words and actions are not only offensive, but triggering to all decent people who recognize the horrors of the Holocaust and the suffering of millions, he wrote. With anti-Semitism on the rise, your voice and influence carry a significant responsibility. I urge you to be more sensitive to the pain your words inflict on Jewish communities and all those who stand against hate. From there, he urged West to use his celebrity to heal and inspire. Stay tuned to Hot New Hip Hop for all the latest news and updates from around the music world.
You see how this guy reported it? He reported it like Kanye said something first, and then he replied to that. But no, Lior said that about the t-shirts, and Kanye replied back. Does Kanye have a point? Yes, he does. Did he have to go to great lengths to make to shed light on it? Yes, he did. Is it effective? Yes, it is. And you can't tell me he's wrong for doing that. Because sometimes you gotta think outside the box.
Right.
Jack. And no, we're not jacking that. Kanye West hates Jewish people because Kanye West been working with them for years and years and years. You know what he's doing? He's making a mockery of the hypocrisy, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where the conversation is sparked. And
brainwashing the psychology.
It forces people to come outside of themselves, which is growth. Because you have to look into the mirror.
There you go. Yeah. Gone are the days where people can ask questions and can voice their opinions, you know?
Right.
Somebody's gonna catch on and do the knowledge.
And the man's voice is so like loud, like his influence, I should say, his influence is so vast that it's like man is gonna wake people up, you know, because other celebrities and people probably had the same intentions when they made certain statements, but it just didn't reach as far as Kanye's can. So the man understands that and he's using it. He's making the most of it in a sense of he's being you know, unapologetic with his brash statements.
Unapologetic. Which brings me to this next topic. Big Meech. When they say Big Meech, you know, was an informant and stuff like that. Mind you, there's no paperwork. But you know what's even more messed up?
What's that?
All his time cuts are legitimate. So if he would have did some type of ratting, he would have got time off somehow, some way, right?
Right.
No, that's not the case. So now people are looking at it like this 50 Cent and Tammy chick are in cahoots, but what could they really say? So make up some shit about, oh, he had prior knowledge to this and that and the other, and he set this and that up. He was in jail. She was outside doing the dirty work, smashing everybody, like Tom, Dick, and Harry around the way. So now, 50 being the big voice that he is, talking big shit. Got hit the show canceled and all that. But since Meech's time cut never happened, and the time that he did get off is legitimate, now people are scrambling to see what this new 50 documentary is going to be like. I think 50 between a rock and a hard place, because now he's got up in litigation, all that.
Right.
In his mouth.
Man's gonna put something lackluster together and
Call it a day. The problem with that is he's just gonna tarnish his image if he does that. So
yeah, that's a fact.
there's no redemptive practice off of this one. Big Meech got legitimate court-ordered time cuts of 68 months based on amended sentencing guidelines.
Right.
You know, y'all can agree, right?
She wouldn't get in. Shout out to Star, man. Everybody go follow my man Star on the Star Report on YouTube. The brother was nice enough to have me on his platform. I was on, I think it was Saturday night. Yo, Star, I took that video down, man. I didn't, more than you, and I did not in no way mean to do that right off the bat. But I thank you for having me on your platform. Right off the rip, Gumby be seen to anybody that we mentioned in the actual court documents that we are going to be discussing today. Shout out to my man Cuffy. Text me last night. I texted him back. Shout out to his daughter Tamara. What else? I want to thank all the new subscribers. Appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure you go follow me on my Instagram. Same name as the channel. The podcast was Soul. And shout out to all the new subscribers. Thanks for coming. So one of the things, one of the questions that I had initially was, how did Big Meech get his time cut from 360 out after? These are official court documents. He received 2, the attorney with Brittany K. Barnett out of Dallas, Texas. She's with the Buried Alive Project. I guess that's some kind of nonprofit. She filed 2 motions for him in the Eastern District of Michigan in order to get his 360 months to, he got 360 months, which is the low end of the guideline range. Now, let me read this to you. This is what you need to know. This is the stipulation to reduce sentence pursuant to amended United States. On September the 12th, 2008, Big Meech's conviction for CCE, continuing criminal enterprise, and money laundering conspiracy. The total offense level at that time of the original sentencing was 42. That was his offense level, which is down here. That's on the first side of the scale. The defendant's criminal category based on 3 criminal history points. The sentence range was 360 months to life. So he was on June the 14th, 2021. This court reduced Big Meech's sentence, meaning he got Sentencing Guidelines Amendment 782, lowered his offense level to 42. It came up, and the corresponding sentencing range was 324. My range was 360 to life. The sentence guidelines got amended, Amendment 782, and that brought his level from 42 down to 40. I'm going up because that's how it appears on the sentencing guideline chart. And when you come up them 2 points, the level goes from 360 months to life to 324 months to 405 months. He received that reduction. He received that reduction. All of this stuff is public information. This is dated June 14th, 2021. U.S. District Judge David Lawson. Order regarding motion for sentencing reduction C2. Okay. Upon motion of the court under 18 U.S.C. 3582 C2 for a reduction in the term of imprisonment imposed based on lowered and made retroactive by the United States Sentencing Commission. And having considered such motions and taking into account the policy statement set forth in the U.S. Sentencing Guideline 1B1.10, it is granted, and the defendant's previously imposed sentence of imprisonment of 360 months is reduced to 320 months. So this is a legitimate court-ordered sentence. He got one. This one is dated June 2021. He got another one dated February 27, 2024. They put in another one for him. Order regarding motion for sentence reduction. So he filed the motion based on the change in the guideline range, and this one reduces his sentence from 320 months to 292 months. The guideline, and it's retro. And I want to let me see. Is there any more things? There's anything here? Right. Now this is important too. We're gonna get to it in that one because it's in there too. So 360 months times 0.85 equals 360 months, 0.85 equals 106 months. 12. He was supposed to do 25 and a half years off of 30. If he would have did his full sentence with no sentence reduction, just do the full 360 months. In the federal system, you got to do 85% of your time. He would have had to do 25.5, 25 and a half years. He went from 360 down to 324 first, right? Which is 36 months. Then he got reduced further down to 292. Now, what they stipulate, what they say in here is being that on the initial joint, he got the low end of the guideline range. Each time his new sentencing range gets applied retroactively, retroactive means they go back. Whatever that low guideline range number is, that's the number he's gonna get, right? They can't say like, yo, we gave you the low guideline range on the initial joint, but now with the retroactive, we're gonna give you the high. You know, they gotta keep it consistent. So 360 minus 292, he got 68 months knocked off of his sentence. 68 divided by 12 is 5.5 years, right? So 292 months times 0.85 equals 248.2 months times 0.85 equals 210.97 months. Let's round it up to 211. Divide that by 12. Wait a minute, that ain't right. 292 292 times 0.85, 248 divided by 12 equals. Okay, that's it. All right, so here we go. 292, that's his new sentence, times 0.85 equals 248.2, right? That's the 85 knocked off, divided by 12, equals 20 years, 0.68, 20 and a half years. So, him doing 20 years, according to legal documents, right? According to legal documents, okay, is justified, right? We just went through it. I'm not going to repeat it. If you want to look at it, go online and get the documents. If you want to get a copy of these documents, send me an email. The podcast was sold at gmail.com. Now, here is the motion. This is the motion for retroactive application of the sentencing guidelines. This thing is pretty deep. And this is filed by that girl, Brittany K. Barnett. She's down in Texas, the Buried Alive Project, down in Dallas. All right. On November 19, 2007, Big Meech pled guilty to a continuing criminal enterprise in violation of 21 U.S.C. 848 and conspiracy to launder money instruments in violation of 18 U.S.C. His plea was taken contemplating a sentencing guideline range of 360 months to life based on a total offense level of 42 and a criminal history category of 2. Okay. Pursuant to the United Sentencing Guideline Range, Amendment 782. I don't know if this is the one that Obama and Eric Holder did. I don't know. You look it up. Mr. Flannery's sentencing guideline range was reduced to 324 months to 405 months, based on a revised total offense level of 40 and a criminal history category of 2. Now, before I guess everything takes effect, she says in here in bullet point number 6, well, let's keep going. On June 14th, 2021, this honorable court resentenced Mr. Flannery to 324 months imprisonment, the bottom of the guideline range. Mr. Flannery is currently scheduled to be released on May 5th, 2028. This is the part. Status points. When Big Meech originally got sentenced, he received status points, 2 status points. What that means, and we're going to go through it here, is if you're on parole, or if you're on probation, or you're on home confinement or supervised release, or even if you're in prison and you catch another case, when you get resentenced in the feds, they automatically bang you with 2 points right off the rip, boop, boop, because you committed another crime and you haven't completed your parole, your probation, your supervised release, your home confinement, or your halfway house, or whatever. In April 2023, the United States Sentencing Commission voted to promulgate Amendment 821 to the sentencing guidelines. In relevant part, This amendment alters the application of the guidelines with respect to certain individuals who earned criminal history status points based on commission of an offense while serving a criminal justice sentence. Check me out. Specifically with regard to status points, a defendant who committed an instant offense while under criminal justice sentence, any criminal justice sentence, including probation, parole, supervised release, imprisonment, work release, escape status, previously received 2 additional criminal history points. Boom. Amendment 821 amends to eliminate such status points for any defendant who otherwise has 6 or fewer criminal history points. And I think we read in here that I think Big Meech had 3 criminal history points. So if you're 6 or fewer, they can't bang you for these 2 status points when you commit another crime. But if you got 7 or higher, I think they still can. In August 2023, the Sentencing Commission voted that Amendment 21 should be applied retroactively effective November 1st, 2023. Mr. Flannery meets the criteria for a sentence reduction under Amendment 821 as he received 2 status points for committing the offense while serving a 1-year probation term, sentencing from a 1991 state sentence. Mr. Flannery's guideline range is based on a total offense level of 40 and a criminal history category of 2. With the elimination of the status points, Mr. Flannery is left with a single criminal history point 1, placing him in a criminal history category 1. This adjustment results in a revised guideline range of 292 months to 365 months. This lawyer tries to, and I'm going to get in this later, because Big Meech also applied for a compassionate release. And I got that in paperwork. I'm going to do that video tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all come back tomorrow. On December 13th, 2017, this court granted Terry Flannery, Southwest T, Mr. Flannery's Big Meech's brother, an equally culpable co-defendant, motion for a sentence reduction pursuant to 18 USC. Terry Flannery's sentence was reduced from 360 months to the bottom of his revised guideline range of 292 months. Check this part out. This is what she writes. At this point, Big Meech has been incarcerated for 18 years, nearly 2 decades. Not only is Mr. Flannery eligible for relief, but he has earned it. He has demonstrated strong commitment to rehabilitation during his incarceration. The BOP has observed that Flannery has displayed a dedication to remaining physically fit and taking it upon himself to lead and teach exercise classes to other inmates. He also leads regular focus groups out of various self-help books and appears to have a positive mental health effect on other inmates. Mr. Flannery's record speaks volumes about his conduct, and aside from a single infraction in 2021, he has maintained an impeccable record with no infractions over the past 8 years. This exemplary behavior, this is the attorney, along with other factors such as his age, time served, has led the BOP to classify him as minimum security risk. Mr. Flannery obtained his commendable conduct is further acknowledged by his current transition to a low security facility. Mr. Flannery obtained his GED and successfully completed a 24-month SMOO program, Special Management Unit. Successful completion of the SMOO program requires strict adherence to the rules and regulations of the unit. Mr. Flannery did not incur any infractions during this intense program. Mr. Flannery has also completed parenting classes, health awareness classes, money management classes, and a 40-hour drug treatment program offered by the BOP. And then she just saying that he should be he's 55. Mr. Flannery is 55 years old with remarkable rehabilitation over the past 18 years and a low risk of recidivism. A sentence reduction of 32 months for Mr. Flannery would not pose any threat to public safety. So this is his attorney fighting for him. So that's it. So his sentence reduction from 30 years to 20 years, legitimate court-ordered motions. More information coming. I got some stuff I'm going to be doing.
There you have it, folks. Did the 111 on y'all, you know what I'm saying? But just gotta give it some time, man. It always comes out in the end, you know.
Right. Yeah. That's another case
It's more Matt Mizzle. I'm signing out. What you say?
All right. No, sounds good. No, I was gonna say it's another case of don't believe what you hear. You know what I'm saying? Don't follow fashion. Make sure you do your own research.
Believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. It's your boy Mac Mizzle. I'm out this pit. Peace.
Yeah.
You already know, player. Catch up.